This week on the Micah and Ben podcast, we're going to be talking about mind control. Not that kind of mind control, but what we are going to be talking about is how can you control your own mind, your own mindset, your own thoughts, the way that you perceive the world. How can you affect any of those things? Do you think that you can or can't? But for today, what I wanted to share with you is something that really helped me in college. I had a really hard time with self-confidence. And that stemmed, if you've heard my story now from our episode when we did that, I was bullied and picked on quite a bit. So the external voices have become internal voices. And because of that, then I would chew up myself if I couldn't finish something that I had set out to do or hit the objective that I wanted to hit. Whatever it was, I would talk to myself in ways that I would not talk to anybody else. It was crazy. I would start telling myself, man, you suck. Like you there's no way that you can be worth anything. And I touched on this a little bit on the last episode, but what I wanted to share with you is just one way that if you're dealing with something like I am, just lack of self-confidence, and you want to maybe get better, then I wanted to give you a tip that is from The Flip Side, a book I've mentioned a number of times, The Flip Side by Flippin. Yes, that's the author's name. Flippin. He wrote in his book that if you're struggling with self-confidence, what you should do is go to just a handful of people that you know love you very much, or they care deeply about you. However you want to word that, that's fine. But ultimately, you want to ask them a simple question. What is one thing that you think I'm really good at? Now, you could just leave it at that. It might come out of left field for them, but you might want to also preface and just say, hey, just so we're on the same page, I'm trying to improve myself. And I know that may sound strange. This was literally a conversation I had with somebody when I did this. That may sound strange, but I really am noticing that I could have better confidence, and I've always been afraid of confidence leading to arrogance. And I don't want that. I was wondering if you could help me out with building some of that confidence. So, is there one thing that you think, when you think of Micah Brown, what do you think of that I'm good at? Now, this is the second step, and I'm doing this on purpose because some of you, that's all you need to hear. And if that's the case, you can stop the video now. But for some of you, start with trying to just write out a list of 10 things you think you're good at. And when you get stuck, if you're dealing with self-confidence, you will get stuck. I got to 2.5, and I was questionable on even the second one. So, if that tells you anything. But the point is, see if you can admit to yourself things that you're actually good at and believe it. I got to 2.5, and then I was like, this isn't working. And I had to go ask other people. So that's when you call the people that you know love you and care about you and just say, what are some things that you think I'm good at? Then the third step, so first step, 10 things that you think you're good at. Second step, ask people that love you and care about you, what's one thing I'm good at? And then from there, guess what? Write it on your mirror, put it on your phone, or write it up on your mirror, take a picture, and then put it as your background on your phone. You're welcome, technology. So whatever that looks like for you, ultimately, you want to start dwelling on those things that you're good at if you're trying to increase your self-confidence. And that's what we're talking about. That's the mind control. You're taking control of what's going on in your mind. You're taking control of your thoughts, the things that you're focused on, and your perspective on what's going on around you. You're taking control back. So that's what we're talking about this week. If you like what we're talking about on this video, be sure to tune in on Friday to the Micah and Ben podcast. It is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we look forward to having you. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you're watching this on one of those, but not all of those, then by all means, please go and subscribe also to those social media platforms. We love you guys. Take care.